Just give it a minute to allow everyone to come in from the waiting room. As a reminder, please mute yourself unless you are presenting to the board or testifying. Good morning. This is a hearing before the licensing for the Mayor's Office of Consumer Affairs and Licensing. Today is Thursday, March 21st, 2021. Today's hearing is being conducted pursuant to certain temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. This hearing will be recorded and will be posted to the City of Boston's website. With me today is Executive Director Kathleen Joyce and Director of Operations Rebecca Fu. We will call each agenda item in the order it appears on the agenda. Please identify yourself and your role with the licensee once I call you. Please then present explaining what you are proposing. After that, the Executive Director and the Director of Operations will ask any questions they have. And after that, we will take public testimony, beginning with elected officials or representatives of elected officials, followed by the general public. Calling Sons of Boston, located at 88 Van Ness Street. The request is to maintain and operate the categories of trivia, disc jockey, karaoke, instrumental music up to 5 performers, vocal music up to 5 performers, and dancing by patrons for 7 days a week, to being added to the existing non-live entertainment license. The applicant is Causeway Union LLC. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Hi, my name's Jason Kaczynski.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, I believe the address is incorrect from what you stated.
Yep. Is it 17 Union Street?
That's correct.
Did we have it posted properly? I think we did.
Yeah, I had it proper on the legal notice that was sent to me, and that was published in the Herald. That was correct. Just whatever was stated was incorrect.
Okay, thanks for the clarification.
That is fine. You can go ahead with explaining what you're proposing.
We're looking to operate a restaurant and bar on Union Street. We are trying to stay competitive with the neighborhood and have some live entertainment events when obviously those restrictions are lifted, to have disc jockeys on the weekends, some live performers. We have a piano that we'd like to use for live piano performances and dancing by patrons, to, increase our entertainment value as a restaurant.
Okay. Let me see. You have zoning. This is properly zoned, correct? And I'm sorry. Did you submit us the floor plan that we have doesn't clearly mark where the dancing would be? Would you be able to submit an updated floor plan?
Sure.
And could you describe for us, for the record today, where you anticipate the dance floor to be in relation to the other parts of the restaurant?
So on the floor plan, there's basically the right side of the restaurant is the bar area. The left side would be the dining area. Then at night, when that dining area would no longer be in use, that would be converted into a dancing area.
Okay. And how many days a week would this be? I'm sorry, I missed that if you include that in your introduction, that you're requesting the entertainment for?
We'd like to have the entertainment permitted for 7 days a week, so we have that flexibility for things as holidays and such.
Okay. And then for your live entertainment, what time would these be ticketed events or just part of, the patrons' general enjoyment while they're there?
I would say 90% of the time it would be just part of the atmosphere, especially with the piano use. We wouldn't be charging tickets for that at all. I'm sure there would be instances, especially on holidays, where we would have some sort of cover charge for, a live band or something of that nature.
Okay, so it would be something more than just background music or karaoke or DJ that would trigger the cover charge? That's your
it would have to be, a band that would charge a substantial amount. We would have a cover charge to offset that cost.
Now, does your business plan include working with promoters to get people to come into the restaurant for these types of events?
I'm personally not a huge fan of promoters. I would prefer to avoid them at all costs.
Okay. And what do you think the cover charge would be for like a band?
I mean, we're hoping, obviously, that with the new normal, I'm not really sure what the going rate for bands is going to be. So
Okay,
I'm hoping to keep it within the $5 range.
okay. And what is the expected capacity on each floor?
We only have one floor, and
Okay.
I believe the capacity is 130.
Okay. And would these be like the things that you have like cover charge for or live bands? Would it be over 21, or how would you go about checking IDs if you're planning on letting people under 21 into these events?
I mean, we would have security staff. We already have an ID scanner, and then we would do wristbands for admission. Hold on 1 second, sorry. Boys. Sorry about that.
No problem. So you're going to use ID scanners if this is something that you allow people under 21 in, and then you would have wristbands.
Correct.
Okay, but most events would be over 21, you're saying?
I would say
Most events, all ages.
I would say the daytime piano events would be all ages. You know, families can come in for brunch and enjoy that.
Okay.
But the nighttime live band stuff and the nighttime karaoke would be 21 plus.
Okay. And then have you submitted to our office a security and operations plan?
I don't believe so.
Okay, well, we would want that to show where the exits are, where your security staff would be. And that would include just what you said to us today as far as cover charges, IDs, wristbands for the types of events. If you could break it down for us. And then any sort of dispersal plan. Would you be saying if the show was over at, I don't know, 11 p.m., do you have a particular dispersal plan? I'm trying to get a feel for if this is just something in addition to dining, or if you're going to be, there's two different things. If you're operating as a restaurant with background music, that's a little different than if you're promoting yourself, a band with cover charge that starts at a certain time, ends at a certain time. How are you going to deal with the crowds on that street? So if we could get that in writing.
Sure.
And I'm going to just turn to my Director of Operations, Rebecca. Do you have any other questions that you need for consideration of this request?
Yes. So at the end of, a night with a band, we just need a dispersal plan. I'm sorry if Kathleen, you already said this.
Yeah.
A dispersal plan, like, do you have like security bouncers working to make sure people don't loiter? Do you have like a ride share plan?
I mean, we'll definitely have security working for all of those events. I'm not sure what you mean by a ride share plan.
Like just when at the end of the night, like at 2 a.m. when everyone's leaving all at once, we don't want, everyone loitering there. So we want to make sure like, people get in their Ubers and just go, and that they don't stay around and create a lot of noise, especially with all the other bars and restaurants in the area that also have live entertainment. So just if you could come up with some dispersal plan for the end of the night. And how many security would you have on staff for these events during the nighttime?
On an event like we're talking about, we would have 3 security members, 1 at the front door and then 1 in each lane of the restaurant.
Okay. And then I think that covers the questions that I need answered.
For this dispersal plan, should I just email you, Rebecca?
Yeah, you can send it to licensingboard@boston.gov.
Okay.
Also, do you have the notification to abutter slips and affidavit and the newspaper tear sheet that was posted?
Yeah, I have
Okay. Okay. If you want, you can either mail them into City Hall or you can scan them in and email them to me, whatever is easier for you.
Yeah, I have them scanned already. I can do that. I
Okay.
can email you later today.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you. Is there anyone here who wishes to testify regarding this application, beginning with elected officials or representatives?
Madam Chair, members of the board, this is John Romano from the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. There was no community opposition to this project, and at this time, I'd like to go on to record in support of the project.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who wish to testify regarding this application? Seeing none, the executive director will take this matter under advisement and will issue a written decision. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Calling Paza on Porter, located at 107 Porter Street, East Boston. The request is to maintain and operate the categories of disc jockey, karaoke, instrumental music up to 3, vocal music up to 3, trivia, floor show consisting of a comedian and dancing by patrons for 7 days a week, in addition to the existing non-live entertainment license. The applicant is Boston Amici Group. Who is present on behalf of the applicant? Nope, I believe you're muted.
Hi, Raphael Scalzi.
Thank you. Please go ahead with what you're proposing.
Okay. I just heard you say dancing. We're actually not proposing any dancing. We don't really have a dance floor at the restaurant. It's more just adding to the atmosphere. So DJ, jazz, any acoustic instruments. We plan on stopping at 11 p.m., mostly during dinner service. On occasional nights, we'd like that 7-day flexibility depending on holidays and stuff like that. But it's really just in addition to our current restaurant experience, and it would be indoors only.
Okay.
Just to add as well, we do have soundproof ceilings, and then our exits are also soundproof as well.
Is that something you recently added?
So actually, this location had a entertainment license prior when it was Echo years ago. I'm not sure if you guys
Okay.
are familiar with that. We're just looking to get that back. We've had a few one-day licenses for the DJ. They've all been really great. We've just had it for a few hours on like brunch hours on Sundays. But we're looking to get it to have that possibility of potentially having a comedian come in, or maybe a violinist on Valentine's Day, or an Italian, instrumental group during the summer. So those are the opportunities we'd like to extend it at the restaurant.
Okay. And just to repeat what you said, you would only want the non-live to go until 11 p.m.? That's what the application is? I'm just taking a look at my notes.
No, 11 p.m. We really don't want that 11 to 1 crowd or 11 to close crowd.
Okay. And would you be asking for a cover charge?
No, I don't believe we would ask for a cover charge because we want people in the restaurant eating.
Okay. What is the capacity for the restaurant?
Inside the restaurant, there's 91 available seats.
Okay. And have you submitted to our office a security and operations plan? We would just need a full security plan in case of an emergency. How you're going to deal with crowds, dispersing of them at the end of the night.
I don't believe so, but that's something we can definitely do right away. Yeah.
Yep. And you said you have the door and the ceiling is soundproofed?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I don't have any questions. Rebecca or Leslie, do you have any questions for the applicant?
Yes, I do. So we did receive an opposition to this request. It was particularly for the DJ and dancing, but you said there is no dancing. Do you guys ever close for an event that you might have dancing?
So we're not going to have any real dancing events. Like we're not going to have I don't know, what's a dancing event, like a salsa night. That's not something that we have in our plans. We want people sitting in our seats eating and drinking. That's our goal.
Okay.
So, okay, they were concerned more with the patio and outside. So they were afraid that adding the DJ would increase more of the sound. And I guess they live next to you, and they're afraid that the sound vibrations would come through, since the walls are like 6 inches according to them. But you said you had a soundproof ceiling and door, not the walls though, right?
Our walls are concrete, and I believe that area where the neighbors are, if we have our window open, which is something, sometimes we do that in the summertime because it's hot. Obviously, sound travels outside, but those are going to be our brunch events that are mid-afternoon to early evening. That music isn't going to be located outside, but with that window open on a summer day, it will be open. You will hear that music outside. It's not our intent to shake the neighbor's house next to us, but we do want to, we're not going to not open that window, but we would like to play music as well.
Okay, so I mean, if your windows are open or closed, you just have to abide by the noise ordinance. So it's no more than 70 decibels. If our officers come by, if there's a complaint, they will check on that. And as long as you're under it, you should be good. Okay. Let me see. I think, yeah, everything else was covered. So you are good. Thank you.
And the only question I had, same as the last applicant, do you intend to partner with promoters or outside entertainment operators?
Can you explain that outside entertainment operator?
So
Would that be a DJ?
So it's not the DJ itself, but sometimes we see someone pay someone unrelated to the establishment, so they have no control over the liquor license, but they'll pay them to actually promote an event. And sometimes we find that there can be problems there because that person, they're risking your license if they're bringing in people who aren't going to behave themselves. So sometimes we see trouble with that. So it's just something that we want licensees to be aware of. If you are having a brunch event, is it you as the owner promoting it, or are you hiring someone unaffiliated with your establishment?
So we are absolutely not hiring anybody unaffiliated with the restaurant. We would be doing our own promoting. Although if we do hire a DJ, that DJ will possibly cross promote his brand with ours.
Okay.
Yep.
And seeing no other questions, are there any individuals who wish to testify regarding this application, beginning with elected officials or representatives?
Members of the board, Dina Tramelli with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. We would like to go on the record in support of this proposal. During the community process, this proposal presented 2 times to the Maverick Central Neighborhood Association, where the applicant addressed most of the concerns of the attendees. We recognize there were some concerns regarding noise and hours of operation, but the applicant compromised to keep the music indoors and no later than 11 p.m. This proposal received support from the Neighborhood Association on January 15, 2020. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who wish to testify regarding this application? Seeing none, the executive director will take this matter under advisement and will issue a written decision. Those are all the items before the board today. Thank you all for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you.